Betrayal isn't something that comes from our enemies, it comes from the people we trust the most. The friend who suddenly distances themselves, the partner who walks away without explanation, or the colleague who betrays you when you least expect it. And the hardest part? You never saw it coming. In this video, we're exploring the quiet but sharp sting of betrayal, unraveling why those closest to us can sometimes become the sources of our deepest disappointments. But why does it happen? How can someone transform from a friend to a foe in an instant? And more importantly, is there a way to detect the signs before it's too late? We'll delve into these questions, drawing from both Stoic philosophy and modern psychology, to understand the hidden dynamics of betrayal. Our goal is not just to understand it, but to empower ourselves to navigate it without losing faith in human connection. This isn't just a conversation, it's an exploration into one of the most painful aspects of our social lives. By the end of this video, you'll have a new, more empowered perspective on your relationships. If you find value in what we're discussing, please consider supporting us by subscribing to the channel. It's free and helps us keep going. And don't skip any part of the video. Each insight could be the key to unlocking deeper understanding of human nature and achieving personal peace. Let's dive in. The roots of betrayal. Have you ever experienced the sting of betrayal? That pain that feels like it came from nowhere yet cuts deeper than most other wounds. Imagine a friend who's always been by your side suddenly stops calling, or a partner who turns cold and leaves without a word. These are the people we've trusted the most, making the betrayal not just surprising but profoundly hurtful. Betrayal is often portrayed dramatically in movies and stories, but in real life it's much quieter and just as devastating. The greatest threats don't always come from our enemies, but from those we hold close. As Carl Jung, a pioneer of psychology, insightfully put it, the larger the front, the larger the back. This means that the deepest wounds often come from where we least expect them, from those we think we know best. This insight aligns with Stoic philosophy, which teaches us that life is unpredictable, and we must build internal strength to face these challenges. Stoics like Seneca emphasized that while we can't control the actions of others, we can control our responses, and that's where true resilience lies. In the face of betrayal, this mindset helps us not only brace for such events, but maintain our composure when they inevitably arise. Betrayal forces us to question our understanding of others. Are we truly seeing them as they are, or are we projecting our own hopes and expectations onto them? This is not a call to cynicism, but rather a call to realism, a core value in both Stoic thought and Western philosophy. By understanding the psychological dynamics of betrayal, as Carl Jung suggested, we can better prepare for the complexities of human relationships. Jung's idea of the shadow, the hidden, unacknowledged aspects of our personality, suggests that those who betray us are often acting from unresolved internal conflicts, which they may not even fully understand themselves. As we move through relationships, it's important to stay vigilant and compassionate, recognizing that everyone has a complex inner world, sometimes darker and more troubled than we realize. By adopting this perspective, we not only shield ourselves from hurt, but also deepen our understanding of human nature, fostering a sense of preparedness and empathy. The seed of betrayal. Internal conflict. When we consider why people betray us, it's easy to see their actions as purely selfish or malicious. But when we look more closely, we often find layers of psychological complexity and unresolved inner struggles at play. Jung's concept of the shadow self teaches us that the parts of our psyche we reject or hide don't disappear. They simmer beneath the surface and influence our behavior, often in ways we don't fully comprehend. This inner turmoil mirrors the Stoic idea of the inner citadel, a fortress of reason and virtue within us. When people fail to reconcile their inner contradictions and allow their shadow selves to control their actions, the consequences can be destructive. both to themselves and to others. For example, imagine a friend who has always supported you but suddenly starts acting out of envy or insecurity. These traits might seem out of character, but they may stem from the friend's unmet desires or frustrations. From a Stoic perspective, this provides an opportunity to not only protect ourselves from the pain of betrayal, but also to practice understanding and compassion. The Stoics taught us to strengthen our inner lives so we aren't as vulnerable to others' mistakes. By fortifying our inner resilience, we become less affected by betrayal, not because we close ourselves off, but because we understand the frailties that lead people to make such choices. By integrating Jung's psychological insights with Stoic wisdom, we can better appreciate the complexities of human behavior and navigate relationships with more awareness and empathy. The process of betrayal. Recognizing the signs. Betrayal doesn't always happen suddenly, it unfolds gradually, like the slow buildup of a storm. Recognizing the signs of betrayal requires acute awareness, a principle valued both in psychology and Stoicism. The key is noticing the subtle shifts in behavior that can indicate deeper issues. Jung's concept of the shadow self is crucial here. As he suggested, what we suppress doesn't vanish, it finds other ways to manifest. So when someone feels threatened by their repressed desires or unresolved conflicts, their behavior towards us may change, starting subtly and growing more pronounced over time. Stoicism teaches us to stay alert, not only to our own emotions, but to those of others. For instance, a friend who once shared everything may start to withdraw, becoming secretive or distant. These behavioral shifts are often early warning signs of internal conflicts manifesting in the form of betrayal. From a Stoic viewpoint, recognizing these signs isn't about becoming paranoid, but about preparing ourselves to respond with calm and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of observing the actions of others as they reveal their true nature. By staying attuned to these cues, we can anticipate betrayal and respond with equanimity, without bitterness or resentment. Recognizing betrayal is about improving our understanding of human nature, developing empathy, and balancing trust with insight. It's not about erecting barriers, but about cultivating resilience and wisdom. Why betrayal hurts. The pain of betrayal cuts deeper than other disappointments because it strikes at the heart of our trust and expectations in relationships. We invest significant emotional energy in those we trust. So when betrayal occurs, it feels like a personal attack on our very self. Carl Jung might suggest that in relationships, we project parts of our own psyche onto others, seeing in them not just another person, but a reflection of our ideals and values. When these relationships sour, it feels as though a part of us has been rejected or attacked. Stoic philosophy provides a helpful perspective here. Stoics like Epictetus taught that while we can form deep connections with others, our emotional well-being shouldn't be entirely dependent on them. The actions and feelings of others are beyond our control, and acknowledging this reality helps preserve our inner peace. By mentally preparing ourselves for the possibility of betrayal, we can protect our emotional resilience without closing ourselves off to others. This balance allows us to form meaningful relationships without becoming undone when they falter. Understanding why betrayal hurts helps us process our emotions with grace, acknowledging that the pain reflects our capacity for deep connection rather than a personal flaw. Practical steps for foreseeing and mitigating betrayal. To navigate the turbulent waters of human relationships, we need both awareness and resilience. Protecting ourselves from betrayal doesn't mean shutting ourselves off from others. It means developing the wisdom and strength to deal with betrayal when it happens. First, awareness is key. Watch for subtle changes in people's behavior. Jung's shadow concept helps us understand that repressed feelings often surface in unexpected ways. For instance, if someone who's been open with you suddenly becomes withdrawn, It could signal internal conflict or a shift in their feelings toward you. From a Stoic perspective, vigilance in our relationships is essential. Marcus Aurelius advised that we observe not just what people say, but also what they do. If their actions contradict their words or reveal hidden motives, it might be time to reassess the trust we place in them. Setting clear boundaries is another crucial step. Stoics like Epictetus taught that we must focus on what we can control, including our boundaries. Defining what's acceptable and what's not helps us protect our peace of mind and test the integrity of those around us. Open communication is also vital. If you sense something is off, addressing it directly can clear the air and prevent misunderstandings. This doesn't mean confronting every odd behavior, but choosing when to speak up based on the significance of the issue. Finally, building a diverse network of relationships can provide emotional support, helping to mitigate the impact of any single betrayal. Stoics encourage us to value relationships, but also to maintain a sense of independence and emotional resilience. By practicing these principles, we protect ourselves from betrayal while nurturing deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Empowerment through understanding. Understanding betrayal empowers us. It gives us the tools to navigate human relationships with wisdom and resilience. By integrating psychological insights and Stoic philosophy, we can face betrayal not with bitterness, but with a sense of growth and strength. This empowerment helps us shift from a reactive stance to a proactive one, shaping our relationships with intentionality and insight. Each experience of betrayal offers an opportunity for reflection and growth, sharpening our judgment and enhancing our emotional resilience. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found value in today's discussion, I encourage you to explore more of our content. Let's continue learning and applying Stoic wisdom to our modern lives.